Last time on Making Jewels.
The launch shoot moved to Thailand,
And there is a giant fly.
but it wasn't all smooth sailing.
But it looks cheap.
You have to kind of just trust me. And we suddenly realised how severe the earthquake was.
We saw the reality of balancing family and a job that never stops.
Have to be here for like 3-4 nights, but yeah, it's okay, make it work.
And virtual merchandising problems threaten to throw everything off track.
If we don't have good enough visual merchandising, we'll have to stop and we'd lose a month.
Could you play that song for me?
What we're trying to do is really make jewellery sexy again.
It can be done, absolutely can be done, but failure is 2 steps away from wherever we are.
The launch of Jewels is fast approaching. We're now in the final weeks of our 6-month deadline, and time is running out.
I'm worried that we've just run out of time to do everything else we want.
So it's just about how we present something that looks near enough perfect, knowing underneath that it's cracking at the seams.
Proud it works, but I think there's a bit of work to be done on this to make it perfect.
I think we'll get through it.
Still quite a bit to be done.
Who needs sleep anyway, right, Kate? When we started out on this process, it was just Peter and I, and we had the same goal in mind.
15 stores opened simultaneously in less than 6 months.
Open with a big splash and a really we are here moment.
Are you in?
Yeah. In that time, we've achieved so much.
You got the answer.
Good idea.
Nick, I didn't do that.
We'll make the magic happen.
They're incredible.
Jewels is iconic, make jewellery sexy again.
It's a cracker.
Okay, welcome to the studio. This is what you envision, right?
Jewels was no longer just an idea, it was becoming something real.
Jewels is more than jewellery.
The brand has sparked curiosity long before.
Industry insiders are divided
Jewels
on
promises casual luxury with a fresh modern edge.
Jewels is building a team which has stirred up growing excitement across the and skepticism. With its made-to-fit tattoos, Jewels blurs the lines between fashion and art.
A movement.
But the original plan of opening 15 stores ended with 7. A reality that's been hard to come to terms with.
Is it a disappointment? Yes. But you know, I think we have to be realistic and we still have to realise that opening 7 stores on one day and a global online presence when you've come out of nowhere is still very, very impressive, and it still is a big splash.
We'll be live at 7 sites in a week. Adrenaline levels are high. We've planned as much as we can. We control everything as much as we can.
But I'm worried about what happens in the next 2 weeks. We've got to get 7 stores completely kitted out. There's a lot of things that can go wrong here.
But we just can't let it go wrong. There's a lot at stake for everyone.
It's now real. I mean, it's not far away. The extra thing that's made it even harder is that we've got a board meeting here 2 weeks beforehand. The board wants to see an active operating store. So we've picked one store, which is our Westfield London store, that we're going to be actually finishing all the fit out. We're going to be finishing all the technology. We're going to have product in there, and we actually want to show the store, that the board, a working store. And that's really tough because it's 2 weeks earlier than we really all comprehended. And there's no time for 2 weeks here. Like we're plucking 2 weeks out of the air. In my critical path, I've been working towards the 30th of May. Now we've got the 16th of May. So there's just a general level of, oh my God, it's coming close.
So the boards are on their way. And so we are doing the finishing touches, ready for when they arrive. We're told that they can arrive anytime from 10 a.m. It is 8:30, so we haven't got long. We got to train the welding. We got to prep the engraving machine. The screen is not working. We've got to get the screens working. Oh my God. It's like gone blue again. Clean everything. I'm nervous. Yeah, that's what I feel nervous about.
A little bit frantic.
It's not, I feel like it's not coming.
Yeah, agree.
just feel like now it's all finished, I feel like the store is just looking a bit too beige. I feel like we've had all this beautiful campaign imagery, and it's just confined right down. For me, I just feel like it's a bit flat. I think it needs to be looked at again.
You guys are incredible. I'm so proud of all of you.
Brett's arriving in 5 minutes, so we're all a bit panicked now.
Let's smash it.
And just like that, time's up. The board has arrived. Now everything hinges on their feedback.
Am I allowed to hug you? Are you okay? How are you?
Good, are you all right?
I'm okay.
So yes, a quick overview of product, a quick walk around, and then we'll look at services and then free time.
It's a really good environment when you first walk in. You can smell the scent and you see the curves, and then I think when you really look a bit closer, you then realise the elements that are missing, and I think that's probably what happened, which was definitely going to happen.
The board's first impressions are positive, but it doesn't take long before the focus turns to what needs fixing.
And then I think the visual could use a little bit of oomph to add a little warmth because it's inclusive but feels still a little bit flat.
I agree.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree too.
We could.
And we're not doing enough storytelling here. We've got to have a bit more.
There's more needs to be more pauses to jump in.
Correct. It's a bit more pop, a bit more storytelling. We need the product. All of it needs to sparkle more. We definitely have a lighting problem.
Yeah, I think it went pretty much as expected. I think there's some really, really great feedback that he gave us.
This one here is the most stark, but I think it applies to everything here. We need to just lift the storytelling, lift what we're doing, what it's about, the emotional connection.
Definitely.
This looks very clinical.
Completely agree.
Yeah. Concept's right. When we're 85% there, we got 15% improvement to do. It's the final bits that always matter.
It just needs to come alive more. We need to imagine that the customer doesn't know anything about products, because I don't. And I want to know what I'm walking into and get excited by it.
I support what you're saying.
I feel like sometimes everyone gets so wrapped up and busy in doing their part of the job. It's not always easy to be heard on the elements that they feel might not be that important at the time. Like it's kind of superseded by something more important.
As the board make their exit, the team prepare for the all-important debrief, a moment to speak freely within the circle of trust.
I mean, I said we've been pretty vocal that I think it's flat. I think there is absolutely nothing in here right now that speaks about brand in terms, apart from the video screens. Because everything in here, like, if I'm just going to be brutal, feels like been done. Sometimes you have to sit back and realise this isn't about a tag or a process. This is about the customer and how you make her feel, and ultimately what's going to lead to a purchase. And it's those moments like brand and personality and tone of voice and image that make that happen. So use some of the graphics that I would like to use, not just all beachy summer. I know it's summer, but I think there's just nothing different.
Sorry, I didn't know that there was more. Sorry, I guess there was.
That's just, I feel like I've not been heard about. And that ultimately is the most important thing. So I think sometimes it can be lost in translation, and I think when everyone's so busy, it's hard to be heard. But I knew that was coming because I could feel it.
The store is not ready and time is running out. The pressure is on to pull it all together before launch.
We've got 2 weeks until we launch. We've still got 2 weeks of work to go to get it to where it needs to be.
Before diving back into the pressure of the store design, the team gather for a special night.
So tonight is the Jewels pre-launch event.
An intimate dinner where connections are made, Stories are shared and Jules gets its moment to shine.
Alongside thanking all of you for coming on board, you've all been picked because you are just amazing at what you do, and we're so grateful to have you all here. They've heard the chatter and now they get to experience a little bit about us.
I think the event is fantastic, Nick. Thank you so much. This girl is magnificent to put all this together.
And for the founder, I have something special planned.
So the secret is we have a burlesque dancer coming, dressed head to toe in diamonds. And she is going to pay special attention to our founder, Brett Blundy, which I'm sure he'll secretly love. He'll kill me, but he'll secretly love it.
But we are doing something different. Some of it is very different. This is a global concept. It's designed to be global. We're launching in London. I hope that you will see the difference come alive and the work that everybody's put in to create a brand that is truly going to be special from where I see it, and that's because we've got a special team and a special idea.
The dinner comes to an end and the celebration fades, and the team return to the task that still hangs over them: rebuilding the store in time for launch.
I wasn't happy with the store. I think there was no surprise in that. I voiced my opinion quite heavily, and I just felt like I wasn't being listened to. I actually made the move, pretty risky move, to approach the board, and I addressed the elephant in the room, and I just said, I'm really not happy with the store. Like, it's not brand, it's not what I imagined for it. And so Brett was like, you've got 2 weeks, make it happen. And so I cancelled going home, told my kids, much to their dismay. I had a very upset 7 and 9-year-old. And I think I've got it now to a place where it's a quarter of the way there. There's still probably 75% of work that needs to be done. I really need to keep calling out that made to fade tattoo, the point of differences, and I really want to make the store loud so that when she's across the other side of the shopping centre, she can almost see it. Just needed to incorporate our brand colour in here. It was just very dull and boring in here. It was very, very beige. I'm quite creative and I want to be able to work in a brand that likes to push boundaries. And I think the turning point, especially today, is I feel like Kate is on board with what I'm saying. Kate, if you're up for that, I'm really up for it.
Should we try it?
I think so.
We won't be able to remove... I don't know if we'll be able to... I think we should try it. Let's try it.
Shall we?
Yeah.
I feel like now that I've started to help them see it a bit more, they're definitely more excited and enthused about it. And actually, Kate's seeing things the way I'm seeing it, which is a bit of a breakthrough, especially for someone in product.
Well done. Very good.
Thank you.
Launch day is just a week away. The store's had a full refresh, and now Brett's coming in to see what we've done. This is our chance to show it's all coming together.
Strong image. This is what we're about, and it comes through from our socials, because that was one of the pieces of feedback I had from the board, was they were so excited to come in because they saw our socials, and they came in, they were like, this is nothing like your socials. So brand, and then when you're looking, the back 4 wall bays are what you're instantly drawn to when you're walking past or you're coming in. The customer journey is she comes in, she can pick her base, size it up, she can pick her charms. Obviously this won't be on here. She can pick her charms, create her memories, and she creates, kind of like the Lego store, she creates her thing. And then we know that the minute she picks this up and plays, she's going to want to buy it.
What happens when there's nothing going on in the store and this is just essentially empty?
I think your point was create a difference.
Yeah.
And therefore, if there is, and I hear what you say, which is if it's quiet and there's no customers in, well, if there's no customers in, they're not there. But if there's no customers in, they're not there either because there's no customers in.
I do think this is a winner.
Okay.
Play playing.
We just need to transfer the levels now onto the wall.
But just as the finish line comes into view, one critical detail threatens to hold everything back.
We have got a problem in China because our visual merchandising, all of our equipment that everything sits on, has been held up in customs, actually held up by the airlines because there's too many magnets. So once it's in the courier system, it will make it. But yeah, fingers crossed.
But what would happen if the VM doesn't come in time?
I'm not even thinking about that. No, there's got to be a way. We will get it here. If there's no VM, there's nothing to. You can't put product anywhere. We can't open.
So we had an issue where the VM kit, the display kits for the jewellery, didn't get sent in time from China. VM wasn't coming, and without it, the store launch was off. We were told by Peter Monday morning that the VM has not arrived on the plane from Hong Kong. The aircrafts wouldn't allow, 2 tons of magnets onto the plane, quite rightly, to be honest with you, because it's a danger to the aircraft. It messes with radar systems. So we didn't receive the VM in time. The launch day will not be the launch day. It's actually really gutting.
It's Thursday evening, just after 7 p.m, 29th of May, the night before launch. I'm traveling between Southampton and Brighton right now, just doing some last checks, making sure we're ready. Stores look great. The only problem is we're not launching tomorrow.
Next time on Making Jewels.
Are we ready? 3, 2.
I better go and fix that.
Nervous.